It's been a glittering trend for both gold and silver, with one staying near record while the other at a 14-year high on the back of safe haven demand, geopolitical tensions, and the prospects of a Federal Reserve rate cut. But will this run really sustain? And what are brokerages pricing in? My colleague Ashisha gets us an overall picture on that.
Well, yes, precious metals are on fire in the global market. Gold is at an all-time high and silver too is sitting at the highest level that we have seen since 2011. First up, let's put the spotlight on the yellow metal then. It is up nearly 5% over the last month and it is now trading above that $3,500 per ounce mark in the global market. Expectations of a rate cut by Federal Reserve in the meeting that is scheduled to happen in the rest of this month is aiding the move in the precious metal market, and as you can see on your screens, $3,530 per ounce. That's where the yellow metal is trading in the global market, up 5% on over the last 1 month. Meanwhile, if we track the moves over the last few years, it gave a return of nearly 13% in calendar year 2023, followed by a whopping 27% return in the last calendar year, and this year so far gold is up nearly 33%, and several factors continue to aid the yellow metal market. Safe haven demand seems to be aiding. Geopolitical tensions have been surging over the last few years, especially in West Asia, and that continues to aid, and demand from central banks has also been on the higher side. So these are the primary three factors which are aiding the yellow metal market. Meanwhile, brokerage houses continue to remain very bullish even after the run-up that we have seen so far. So Goldman Sachs has now given a target price of $3,640 per ounce by the fourth quarter of FY25. JP Morgan at 3,675, and Morgan Stanley has given an ambitious target of $3,800 per ounce by the fourth quarter of this calendar year. But it's not just about gold. Silver too is shining in the global market. That one has also shot up quite a bit. It's up 9% over the last 1 month, and it is now nearing that $41 per ounce mark. Remember, it did cross that $41 per ounce mark briefly, although it has corrected a tad bit over the last 24 hours. It gave marginal returns in 2023, followed by a staggering 22% return in calendar year 2024, and this year so far it is already up 38%. But remember, silver is not just a precious metal, it has several industrial applications as well, and that continues to aid rising demand for electric vehicles, chips, data centers, solar continues to aid the silver market. And remember, United States also added silver to their critical minerals list. So these are the two factors which are aiding silver metal prices in the global market. But it's not just gold that brokerage houses are bullish on. Brokerage houses continue to remain bullish on silver as well. Bank of America Merrill Lynch has given a target price of $45 per ounce for the fourth quarter of 2026, and JP Morgan at 45.2. So yes, precious metals clearly are on fire in the global market.
Right, thanks Ashisha for giving us those details. And like you mentioned, brokerages do seem to remain bullish on these two metals. In fact, we have Jonathan Bharat, the CIO of ETO Group, explaining why he remains bullish on these commodities.
We've generally been bullish gold and silver for some time, and that's portrayed in a lot of the reports that were put out. I like to think that gold has that psychological level at, that 3,600 type of level. I think when we look at that, that is quite reasonable for it to get to those levels. And at 3,640, I think is the same. Silver, I think a lot of people are actually underestimating the move now, but I think silver's got more push in it. And I think silver, in my mind, remains the one that you could actually look at ultimately for a longer term trade to reach that US $50 an ounce. And there's a lot of factors behind it that support that. Your colleague did mention some of them, but I generally feel the thirst for silver, particularly out of China, and its move into that environmental sustainable area, will be a factor to contend with. And that's why I think silver over time will outpace that ratio and actually head up to that US $50 an ounce.